Knowing how to create the sex that you want and how to build the connections you deeply desire is one of the most valuable skills that you can develop for your life. Once you know how to bridge the gap between what your heart knows is possible in sex and the reality of your sex life, you're forever free from that waiting for it to be over, the faking it, the deep sense of longing to feel more. Unfortunately, most of us don't even know the questions to ask, let alone where to begin. So instead, we remain silent and we put up with whatever is being handed out. If this is you, I get it. I was once there too. But I refused to accept meh. And I dedicated myself to finding solutions, relentlessly seeking out the key ingredients to a healthy, fulfilling sex life. So if you too want to completely transform your sexual world, keep watching because you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Leela. I'm a sex and intimacy coach, a wife, and a mother of 3 young boys. I've been working professionally in the realm of sexuality for 15 plus years, and I've literally helped thousands of women just like you discover what they want in bed, how to communicate it, and how to create it. I've been featured in media outlets and publications like Well and Good, E! News, and Today Show. I'm the co-host of the #1 intimacy podcast on iHeartRadio, and I've also worked alongside Channing Tatum as the pleasure director of Magic Mike Live. Now you might think, based on my chosen career path, that I've always just loved sex, but the truth might surprise you. For the longest time, my answer was, well, not really. I mean, full disclosure, I have always been profoundly fascinated by sex, but I didn't love having it. In fact, most of my early relationships, the primary grievance was a lack of sex. I couldn't admit it at the time, but in retrospect, I was completely shut down sexually. My deep longing to escape this painful indifference actually became the fuel that spurred my decade-long study and journey in the fields of sexology, tantra, Taoist practices, and holistic sex education. I dedicated myself to my own sexual healing, and I threw myself into anything and everything out there, traveling to obscure pockets across the globe in search of the fundamental elements to a truly fulfilling sex life. It wasn't until almost a decade in that I realized that I wasn't alone in feeling disconnected from my sexuality, that it wasn't a personal failure of mine, but rather something missing in the collective, something that we as a society had failed to fill in any meaningful way. I get to talk to women all day about this stuff, and I'll tell you right now, you are not alone. In fact, even in my line of work, it's so rare to meet anyone who doesn't crave for more. So I'll hazard a guess that you want more too. It's just likely you're not doing the right things to ensure it. I've dedicated my life to helping as many women as possible discover their authentic expression in sex, but with limited hours in the day and limited spacing in my trainings, almost as an act of desperation, I created the SWOON method. It's a different type of sex education. It's sex ed that puts your pleasure at the center and meticulously walks you through a 3-week, day-to-day roadmap to the sex life that most women only dream of. And it simply works, regardless of your age, your relationship status, your current level of sexual desire. All you have to do is show up, trust the process, and experience the changes in your life. In this comprehensive methodology, I break down what sexual fulfillment actually is, and I give you the step-by-step playbook on exactly how to create it for yourself. I've sifted through all the fluff, the noise, and honestly, the straight BS so that you don't have to. And I've distilled my 2+ decades of hard-earned practical knowledge and client-informed insight into a single, field-tested, extremely effective methodology that is helping a global community of women revolutionize their sex lives by giving them the tools to know and communicate their deepest desires, release limiting judgments, reclaim their power and passion, and reignite excitement in bed and in life. Imagine for a moment the feeling of quiet confidence and deep satisfaction permeating your relationships, your choices, and ultimately every area of your life. Imagine being fully met, your desires being the only thing driving your sexual play. Imagine the broad range of sexual expression and freedom now available to you, from the innocent and playful to the deeply spiritual to the wild abandon of your darkest fantasies. This is what the SWOON method will do for you if you put it into practice. We're just about ready to release the digitized version of this already acclaimed methodology out into the world. I'm adding the final touches to ensure that you have an incredible experience once inside. We'll be launching soon to a small group of women who will become founding members. To be part of it all you have to do is drop your name on the waiting list, and you'll be notified of the first opportunity to claim one of the limited spots allocated for founding members. And as a gift, when you join the waiting list, I'm going to give you 3 free lessons directly from the program, regardless if you decide to buy or not. And you might be asking, well, why? Well, full transparency here, I want your feedback. I want to hear all about how this methodology has impacted you, bettered your sex life, and improved your communication with your partner. So, if this sounds like it might be a good fit for you, join the waiting list, and I'll send over more information when we open the doors. I am so looking forward to seeing you on the inside.